Hi everybody, this is lecture 1 for week 6. I have to apologize because this is a bit late. I supposed to share with you this lecture on Tuesday. Okay, that's it. This is the last slide that you have seen last week. This is about the stakeholders and their influence over environmental and social practices. So this topic is about environmental accounting. Environmental accounting is the subset of management accounting related to environment, related to EES, economy, environment, and social. Okay, so I hope you still remember the thing that you have seen last week. So this week, in this lecture, I will continue with this topic. So the next, this topic is about sustainability and management accounting. So you have to remember now, many businesses, including businesses in Malaysia, they prepare sustainability report. Sustainability is something related to practices of the business to ensure that the business makes profit and also makes profit in the future. Sustainable makes profit in the future, and they try to be good for the future generation. So let's see here. Organizations that produce sustainability report first need a reporting cycle to produce and report relevant data. Adopt a sustainability strategy to monitor and improve the EES. EES is economy, environment, and social. Require the management accounting system to define and track new types of costs. So just remember now, businesses not only focusing on economy or financial performance, they now try to operate or to be a sustainable organization. They also consider the impact of their activities on the not only on the financial or performance or profit, but also on the impact on the environment and social. Okay, recognizing and measuring EES impact. Environmental performance is related to the impact of an organization's activities on the environment, on the river, on the air, related to is there any bad impact or good impact on the environment. Social performance is about the impact of an organization's activities on society, on people, particularly people surrounding the place where the business is operating, the nearest people, what do you call it, the nearest population, maybe villages, maybe suburbs, maybe the people around or near where the business organizations is operating. Economic performance can also include the organization's impact on the broader economy. So economic performance in this context is not only on the profit, but also impact on the broader economy. There are several aspects other than profit, cost, for example. Okay, recognizing and measuring performance, still on measuring EES impact. Many organizational activities impact on stakeholders outside the organization. Difficult to measure this in quantitative ways. natural capital. Okay, natural capital is about stock of capital derived from natural resources. Issues of naturality and valuation. Okay, this is about the environmental and social cost. Remember, I have said earlier, this topic is about environmental management accounting, the subset of management accounting that you can use to help manager or to help businesses to prepare the sustainability report. So when you want to do the EMA or environmental management accounting, one of the things that you have to record or calculate is the cost. So these are the environmental and social costs that are measured or frequently measured, and also examples of these costs that are forgotten. Maybe the forgotten costs are costs that are difficult to calculate in terms of dollar and cent, or maybe it is just like not considered by many organizations. But we can focus on the costs that can be measured, or we measure, or frequently measured when management accountant do the EMA. The cost that we measure as that we as a management accounting practitioner measure is first the cost of collecting and disposing of waste. Okay, that one we can measure. That, and then the second one is cost of control systems to minimize discharges into rivers and emissions into air. Packaging cost, compensation paid to the estate of an employee killed in the plant cost of a new wastewater treatment plant. So you can see there's some items in this example are related to environmental or environment, and other items are related to social. Okay, so but we can see here costs we forget or we cannot properly quantify or calculated. First one is the long-term cost on society of dumping waste, damage to water sources and air as a result of legal discharges and emissions, impact on the health of neighbors, cost to customers and society of disposing of unwanted packaging, devastating loss to employees' family and friends, damage to moral employees, poor corporate image, but because we dump wastewater. So these are costs that we as a management accounting practitioner tend to forget, or maybe we actually difficult for us to quantify and to calculate or to include this cost in the EMA. Okay, let's see. This is the EMA, environmental management accounting. This is the subset of management accounting that we use to help manager to prepare the sustainability report. Okay, management accounting systems and practices that provide information about the environmental impact of an organization's activities. Okay, that is the definition of the EMA. Okay, when you do the EMA, you have to also include the life cycle costing, or you have to do the life cycle costing, environmental cost accounting, environmental performance measures, assessment of environmental benefits, and strategic planning for environmental management. These are, I think, the book put this as an example, put this several as topic of accounting or several methods related to accounting as examples. Okay, let's see. Environmental management system put in place to manage environmental performance. So this is system. This is not accounting. This is the system. EMS and ISO standards require that environmental performance be measured against policies, objectives, and target. This is about the performance. The business or organization is good or not in terms of sustainability, or in terms of its impact on environment. Okay, this like subtopic about environmental costs. Environmental costs incurred to prevent, monitor, and report environmental impacts and costs of non-compliance with regulations. Okay, this is like examples, I think. Environmental Protection Agency, according to this agency, there are 5 tiers of environmental costs. Tier 1 is conventional cost, Tier 2 is hidden cost, Tier 3 is contingent cost, Tier 4 is relationship and image cost, Tier 5 is societal cost. So these are the definition for each environmental cost according to the agency. What is the conventional cost? Okay, the conventional cost includes direct costs associated with capital expenditure, raw material, and other operating and maintenance costs. Hidden costs, regulatory costs from activities such as monitoring and reporting of environmental activities and emissions, cost of searching for environmentally responsible supplier, and ongoing cost of cleaning up contaminated land. Conventional costs are very clear, costs that we can predict that a business has to pay. But hidden cost is something that we cannot see. They are also environmental costs. Contingent costs. Okay, contingent costs. I think you are familiar with the term contingent. Maybe it will happen or maybe it will not. Contingent liabilities arising from failure to clean up contaminated sites, and fines and penalties for non-compliance with regulation. And then relationship and image costs, less tangible costs and benefits that relate to the customer perceptions and employee and community relations. Societal costs, costs that organization impose on others, the environment and society, for which they may not be held legally responsible and which cannot be compensated for in the legal system. So these are environmental costs according to the agency that you have seen in the previous slide. So you can, I hope you can follow the idea. That the points here, the point shared here in this slide is like the example of environmental costs. It can be more than this, but this environmental cost according to the agency gives you idea what are the environmental costs that a business has to pay. Maybe we can calculate or we can quantify the cost. Maybe very difficult. Okay. So this is about the supply chain management and sustainability. Like I said earlier, when you want to, if you are a management accountant, you want to help the organization to prepare the sustainability report, you have to also consider costs related to supply chain. Okay, let's see here. Life cycle analysis can include the cost of suppliers, customers, and the environmental and social impacts associated with a product. May lead to adoption of innovative product and process improvements. Okay, this is about the supply chain management, sustainability, and supply chain management. So, if a business has to maintain sustainability, the business has to consider to improve the supply chain, to manage the supply chain, so that they can perform well in terms of sustainability. So, if a business want to manage the supply chain, the business has to make they choose suppliers that are environmentally responsible. So this is related to environmentally responsible supplier cost analysis. Okay, and also related to the supply chain also, in terms of customers, work with customers to reduce the adverse environmental and social impact of product. Sometimes customers may be willing to pay more for more environmentally friendly product. So this is like more like the strategy, because you are doing 4131. Now it is about strategy, not only how to calculate things, but how to do something to make things good for the business. So in terms of supplier, if you want to maintain sustainability of the business, you choose environmentally responsible suppliers. And also you can choose to work with customers so that both the customer and you or your business reduce the adverse environmental and social impact of the product that your business produces. And also sometimes and also as a business, you have to also aware that sometimes some customers, they are willing to pay more for environmentally friendly product or services. So there is not only the effort of the business, but some customers also willing to pay more. They like to support businesses that want to operate sustainably. Okay, the benchmarking sustainability performance. Benchmarking means like a standard. If there is a business, then the business can use a benchmark to achieve sustainability. So they can ask themselves, what we can do. The business can ask themselves, or the business owner or the manager can ask themselves, what we can do to make sure this business or organization is sustainable. So these are the benchmarks that can be used. So the first one is standard GRI framework. You can read about this in the textbook. There is a framework provided by GRI and Dow Jones Sustainability Indexes, used to evaluate the sustainability performance of largest global companies. And then Australian SAM Sustainability Index assesses Australian companies. So this textbook is an Australian textbook. So they have the author put this Australian index as a benchmark. But I think in Malaysia we use the international benchmark. Maybe Dow Jones, maybe standard GRI framework. But the idea is these things can be used as a standard. What has to be done to achieve the sustainable status for a business. And also this one is ISO 14031 Environmental Performance Evaluation. This ISO provides advice on how to measure environmental performance. This one is also one of the benchmark that can be used. Okay, see here, performance, environmental performance in terms of operational performance indicator, management performance indicators, environmental condition indicators, eco-intensity and eco-efficiency measures. Okay, this one is important. Another thing that a business can do to achieve the status of sustainable organization or business is to use the balance scorecard. See here the title of this subtopic is Strategy, Performance Management System and Sustainability. Sustainability balance scorecard can So I think I hope you can remember what is a balance scorecard. What is balance scorecard? Balance scorecard is like a technique that can be used by a business to achieve good performance. When you learn about balance scorecard last semester in ACT4132, you can see that the final block in the balance scorecard is to achieve the financial performance. But you can use the balance scorecard to achieve good performance in terms of EES. How to use balance scorecard to achieve good performance in terms of EES? You have to add something in the balance scorecard. Okay, you can see here. So sustainability balance scorecard can integrate sustainability measures within the 4 balance scorecard perspectives. So there are 4 perspectives, remember, and then you can integrate sustainability measures in the 4 perspectives. The second point here, add sustainability as a 5th perspective, or you can add a new perspective. Balance scorecard has 4 perspectives. You can add a new one, specifically for the sustainability or the EES. Include only sustainability measures, or you can design completely a new balance scorecard system specifically for the EES only, or sustainability only. Strategy maps may be developed to identify cause and effect relationships between objectives and strategies and guide selection of performance measures. So this is the sustainability balance scorecard. Remember, the balance scorecard has 4 perspectives or blocks. First, I think we have to see it from the flow is like this: learning and growth, and then internal business process, and then financial perspective, and then stakeholder perspectives. If you can remember the balance scorecard, and then see this, in this slide you can see that for learning and growth, there are 3 items: the diversity of workforce and management, and cost employee benefit, and percentage of employees trained in sustainability. Okay, these are items that can be added in this 4 perspective. So these items are related to sustainability. In ACT3112, you have learned balance scorecard only focusing on how to improve the performance of a business. Here you can see items that can be added in the balance scorecard, and these items are related to sustainability. So if we add these items in the balance scorecard that we have seen in the ACT3112, we can see that the business can achieve 2 things: financial performance, and at the same time the business also can achieve the status of sustainable business or organization. So sustainability and capital expenditure analysis, I think I want to focus on this. Where is the one? Okay, this is the sustainability balance scorecard. So I hope you can see this in the textbook. You can see clearly about this, and there are explanation for this. So if you see this balance scorecard, you can see that this slide shows how a business can use balance scorecard to achieve 2 things: to achieve the financial performance, good financial performance. At the same time, the business can use this balance scorecard to achieve the status of sustainable business or organization. So the basic idea is you can use balance scorecard to if you can a business can use balance scorecard to achieve high performance in terms of sustainability. Okay, this is the summary. Corporate sustainability involves considering the economic, environmental, and social impact of an organization activities. So if you see the word sustainability, it is related to EES, economy, environmental, and social impact. Global Reporting Initiative Framework. So this is the benchmark that can be used to achieve the status of sustainable organization or business. Changing stakeholders' demand. Okay, this is about, like I said earlier, now the stakeholders are not looking only at the financial performance or profitability of a business only. Now stakeholders, like the shareholders, the customers, the suppliers, including the government, also want to look at how a business perform well in terms of their impact of their activities on the EAS, economy, environment, and also society. Okay, that is the changing of demands of stakeholders. Environmental and social impacts are difficult to recognize. So you have seen earlier, some items can be measured. Some items we forgot or difficult for us to measure or to quantify or to include in the sustainable report and to show to the public. And that's second point here, environmental management accounting. So this is the subset of management accounting that we use to help manager to operate sustainably, and also to help manager to prepare the sustainable report. And then environmental performance measures. There are several measures that can be used to assess the environmental performance, and also capital expenditure. And this is okay. That is the end of the topic. I have shared with you in the WhatsApp group the sample question related to this topic. I think in the sample question you are asked to identify what are the type of the environmental costs, and also how to assess the environmental cost, how to calculate the environmental cost. I hope you have seen that. Thank you very much. Do not forget to write your name and matric number in the comment section. I will take that as your lecture attendance. Thank you very much.